In a striking move that has drawn national attention, the widow of a former Hyogo Prefectural Assembly member has filed a criminal complaint for defamation against Takashi Tachibana, the controversial founder and prominent figure of the NHK party. The complaint, which was officially submitted to the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, accuses Tachibana of spreading false and damaging statements through street speeches and media platforms, alleging, among other things, that the late assembly member was under police investigation, a claim the family vehemently denies. This development comes amid rising concerns in Japan about the use of public platforms to disseminate unverified accusations, especially by political figures seeking to appeal to populist sentiments. Filled square a devastating allegation. The grieving widow, who has chosen to remain unnamed in media reports for her privacy, expressed her anguish and determination in a heartfelt statement released through her legal representatives. I can no longer allow my husband's memory to be trampled upon. He dedicated his life to public service. He cannot defend himself now, so I will do it for him. I want to protect his dignity. According to the complaint, Takashi Tachibana repeatedly made public comments alleging that the late assembly member was being investigated by the police in connection with a political scandal. These statements, reportedly delivered during street speeches and uploaded to social media platforms such as YouTube and X, formerly Twitter, have sparked outrage not only from the bereaved family but also from segments of the public and fellow politicians who view them as a dangerous breach of ethical conduct. Filled square the background. A political figure's sudden death. The former Hyogo Prefectural Assembly member, whose name is widely known in political circles but has been withheld here per family request, passed away unexpectedly earlier this year. His death shocked his constituents and colleagues, especially given the lack of any public indication of wrongdoing during his tenure. In the weeks following his passing, however, his name began surfacing in online discussions and political commentary, much of it sparked by Tachibana's accusations. The most inflammatory of these was the assertion that the deceased was under active police investigation, implying hidden corruption. To date, no official law enforcement agency has confirmed any such investigation, and no evidence has been presented to substantiate Tachibana's claims. Filled square legal groundwork. Defamation in Japanese law. Defamation, or meiyokusan Ming-yu-wei-sun, is a serious offense under Japanese law. It can be prosecuted criminally if the statements are found to have been made publicly and with intent to harm the reputation of another individual, particularly when the claims are demonstrably false. Attorney Hiroshi Nakatani, a legal expert in defamation cases, explained. Even if the subject of defamation is deceased, family members can pursue a criminal complaint if the remarks severely damage the honor or legacy of the deceased. This case could become a landmark in how posthumous defamation is treated in the digital age. The widow's legal team has submitted documented evidence of Tachibana's statements, including video transcripts, social media posts, and public speech recordings. They argue that the repetitive and wide dissemination of the unsubstantiated allegations amounts to a willful campaign of defamation. Filled square. Who is Takashi Tachibana? Takashi Tachibana is no stranger to controversy. Once an NHK employee himself, he gained national notoriety as a fierce critic of the public broadcaster, leading to the formation of the NHK Karakokumen wo Mamoru, the party to protect the people from NHK, commonly known as the NHK party. Tachibana has built his political brand on populist rhetoric, anti-establishment views, and viral videos attacking mainstream media, political figures, and public institutions. His supporters praise him as a truth-teller shaking up Japan's stale political establishment, while his critics accuse him of spreading conspiracy theories and exploiting public distrust for personal gain. This defamation complaint is not the first time he has faced legal challenges. Tachibana has previously been involved in multiple lawsuits, fines, and public scandals, including those related to slander, false accusations, and aggressive political campaigning. Filled square. Public reaction, sympathy and outrage. The widow's brave step has sparked a wave of reactions from across the country. On social media, the hashtags open corner bracket #close corner bracket, #protect his honor, and open corner bracket #close corner bracket, #Tachibana must explain began trending within hours of the news breaking. Many users expressed deep sympathy for the widow, admiring her courage in confronting a powerful and often intimidating political figure. She is standing up not just for her husband, but for decency and truth in our public discourse, wrote one commenter on X. Others, however, voiced concern about freedom of speech, questioning whether such legal actions might set a precedent that could chill political commentary and criticism. Legal scholars note, however, that the key distinction lies in the veracity of statements, not their critical tone. Filled square political implications. This incident is likely to have wider implications beyond the individuals involved. The case raises urgent questions about political ethics, media responsibility, and the limits of free speech in a democratic society. Political scientist Yuki Yamazaki noted, the rapid spread of unverified allegations, especially when tied to populist political strategies, can undermine the very foundation of democratic trust. If this complaint is upheld, it may serve as a wake-up call to all public figures. You cannot escape accountability under the shield of political theater. Already, opposition politicians are calling for stronger ethical guidelines for campaign speech and social media behavior by elected officials and candidates. Some within the ruling party have echoed these sentiments, suggesting that a bipartisan framework is needed to rein in political disinformation without compromising freedom of expression. Filled square the human side. A family still grieving. Amid the political and legal whirlwind, it is important not to forget the deeply personal nature of this case. For the widow, this is not just a legal battle, it is a fight to defend the memory of a man she loved. In her written statement, she said, "Every time I hear someone whisper the lie that my husband was under investigation, my heart breaks all over again. My children ask me why people are saying these things about their father. What answer can I give them? This is why I had to act." She described her late husband as a principled man who worked tirelessly for his constituents, often prioritizing local development and youth welfare. His sudden death left a void not only in her family but also in the community he served. Filled square what's next? As of this writing, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police have acknowledged receipt of the criminal complaint and stated that they are examining the matter. If the police proceed with a formal investigation and find sufficient grounds, Tachibana could face criminal charges for defamation, a rare but possible outcome in Japan's legal system. Tachibana has not yet made a formal public statement in response to the complaint. However, sources close to him suggest that he may hold a press conference or release a rebuttal video in the coming days. Legal experts advise him to exercise caution, as further public comments could potentially exacerbate his legal exposure. Filled square conclusion. A fight for dignity in a time of noise. This case is emblematic of a broader societal issue in Japan, the tension between political speech and personal dignity in an era of viral soundbites and online outrage. As the widow seeks justice for what she sees as a cruel distortion of her husband's legacy, her case could reshape the conversation about responsibility in political discourse. While the legal battle is just beginning, the emotional resonance of her words, "I want to protect my husband's dignity," may already be sending a message louder than any street speech or viral video. It is a call for accountability, for truth, and for a more respectful political culture, one where even in death, a person's honor is not up for grabs.